It's rare, and it's also interesting when the head of football and basketball coaches at the same school have a public disagreement of sorts, we will call it there. We know basketball is king in Kentucky, but Mark Stoops is certainly pressing that issue. We've got Kevin McGuffey on the line from Last Word on College Football. Kevin, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Mark. Thanks for having me on. What should be just, a boring UK basketball playing in the Bahamas and getting ready for football turned into this, full scale, whatever you want to call it. And kerfluffle, can I use that word? Is that, I've always wanted to use that in a conversation. This seems like the perfect time. So yes, for those who may not know, the basketball team with Coach Cal was playing in one of these every 4-year trips in the Bahamas. And he made the comment that Kentucky has always been a basketball school ever since, that's what we're known for. And said that Georgia, on the other hand, Georgia and Alabama are football schools. So I don't think, he probably didn't mean it the way it came out, but, almost immediately Mark Stoops jumped on Twitter and said, well, hey, I thought we played in the SEC. And then, then the hashtag 4 straight, bowl wins or something like that. And then it just kind of blew up from there. And it's become a thing that probably didn't, Calipari probably didn't say, shouldn't have said what he said. Stoops probably overreacted. And then on Saturday, athletics director Mitch Barnhart really didn't do much to help diffuse the situation. Basically, he said that, one guy's been here 13 years, one guy's been here 10 years. We do everything that we can to ensure that these are winning programs. And, kind of made the comment, like, well, if they don't like it, they can leave. Like coaches can always be replaced, or, something really weird, which just seemed out of, but, Barnhart was obviously really, really upset by all of this. And of course, for Kentucky fans, if you want to go way, way in the way back machine, the 1950s, you remember Kentucky once had Bear Bryant and Adolph Rupp here as football coach and basketball coach. And once, you think about it, later, Kentucky was awarded the championship out of the 1950 season. Bear Bryant went to, I think, 4 bowl games. But, the realization was, okay, he's never going to be the top dog here, even after Kentucky had, a point scandal in basketball. And, so he eventually left and went to Texas A&M. And, of course, the rest, rest is history. Then in Alabama. So, there's some people thinking, oh, crap, is this, here we are 7 years later, something like this going to happen again. I don't think it's going to get to that point. Calipari said he tried to call Stoops, and Stoops either phone wasn't on or didn't answer. I don't know. But they'll get it all worked out. But it was just, I'm sure you've seen everyone, from Paul Feinbaum to like Mac Brown even went on like a thing and talked about what a great relationship. I think it was on Feinbaum actually went on and talked about what a great relationship he and Hubert Davis have. UNC's basketball coach. So people were just have kind of having a field day with it when, like I said, it could have been diffused really easily. It just, and Calipari talked to our sports director. I work at the NBC station here in Lexington, and basically said, yeah, I said the wrong thing. And the Italian in me, I overshot my big mouth or something like that, but it'll all get worked out. But it's made for some very interesting times over the last few days. That's for sure.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, Calipari came back with a tweet of support to say we root for the football team to do well, right. And when the football team does well, we do well, and we're in full support of the football team, and they've done a great job or whatever. The one slight that I would find in that tweet, and I don't think it was intentional, but still, it seemed like Calipari put Kentucky football in its place in regards to, we want them to win 10 games and go to bowl games, not right. Putting them in any kind of championship pursuit in that tweet.
Right. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And that was, I think that was part of it, that, we want to, we support the football, as you said, the football team. We want them to win 10 games, go to a bowl game, whatever. And like I said, that's when Stoops just kind of, got all bent out of shape. And like I said, I don't think Calipari meant it the way it came out. It just, it came out wrong, and as I said, it's just kind of snowballed. And so instead of, talking about how great the basketball team looked in the Bahamas and how excited everyone is for the upcoming football season, it's all been about this. So, but it's like I said, it's made for some interesting conversation, made for some interesting stories. And like I said, you can kind of, in a way draw a parallel to something, that happened, 70 years ago. And then I think one of the things, there was something in the UK athletics budget where they had allocated, I think it was $30 million, like 20 million of it was for a new track and field upgrades, and then like 5 million, I think, to work on the Nutter Center, where the football team is, and then the other 5 million was to put in like new scoreboards, at Kroger Field. I still want to call them Commonwealth Stadium, but so basically, none of that involved basketball, and so I'm sure Cal was kind of hot about that too. But you think about the Joe Kraft Center, where they have, it's a pretty good facility. He thinks, obviously he wants more, but like I said, the irony, as you said in the beginning, the last 5 years, the football team has been more successful than the basketball team, because the basketball team hasn't won an NCAA game since 2019, and as I said, Stoops, 6 straight bowls and 4 straight bowl wins. It's the first time that's ever happened in school history. And as you said, and we do play in the SEC. So,
when was the last time the basketball team went to the Final Four?
2015.
Was that the Wisconsin win?
Mm-hmm. That's the game that we don't talk about up here. Yep. That was the 38-0 season, and then lost to Wisconsin in the Final Four. Because basically, if you go back a year before, Kentucky beat Wisconsin in the Final Four. And, Wisconsin had basically, like, their entire season was, we're going to get back to the Final Four and we're going to beat Kentucky if we play them. And, for us, that's what happened. And there are some that say that the program, that's kind of the narrative now, that the program has never recovered since 2015. And you can make a point for that. They've had some bad luck. They've had some injuries. I still maintain the 2020 team would have made a big run in that tournament had it not been, obviously, for COVID and the pandemic shutting everything down. I think that team, was a Final Four team. Unfortunately, we'll never know now. But yeah, 2015 was the last time that the Cats were in the Final Four. He went 4 out of his first 5 years at Kentucky to the Final Four, and then they haven't been back since 2015. So hopefully they'll change that this year.